What's going on, everyone? My name is Matt, and sometimes I like to talk about nerdy things. And today, I want to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart, Dragon Ball Z. Now, I loved Dragon Ball Z back in the day. Back then, my top 3 list was Friends and Family, Dragon Ball Z, Breathing. But I'm not going to pretend like I think it's the perfect anime or TV show. In fact, there's one really big thing that I would have changed about the TV show. And as I'm sure you can guess from the title of this video, I would have made Gohan the main character after the Cell Saga. At this point, I feel like it's pretty much accepted knowledge in the Dragon Ball Z community that originally Akira Toriyama had intended to make Gohan the main character after the Cell Saga. But at the last minute, he changed his mind. Now, there's a lot of theories as to why he did this. Some people think it was his editors. Some people think it was Goku fanboys that gave him shit. But I think I read somewhere, or heard it, or whatever, that he stated in an interview that he changed his mind about focusing on Gohan because he just didn't really think his personality was suited to a leading role. Now, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with Mr. Toriyama. Not only do I think that Gohan could have made an excellent main character, I think he could have made a better character than Goku ever was. Oh, look at that! The hate comments are already flooding in. Good God. Do you guys kiss your mothers with that mouth? Now, I'm not trying to hate on Goku. I love Goku. There is a very good reason why he is a cultural icon in both Japan and the United States. But when it comes right down to it, he's a pretty one-note character. I mean, over the course of Dragon Ball Z, he never really grows beyond becoming a better fighter and more powerful. He really just stays the same throughout the entirety of Dragon Ball Z. I mean, his character is basically obsessed with fighting, hero type, comically large appetite, and really low IQ. But Gohan, on the other hand, he showed an incredible amount of growth and development over the course of the series. Now, I'm not talking about how we see Gohan grow from a small child to a young man with a wife and daughter of his own. I'm talking about the really big defining aspect of his character, his hidden power. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Matt, by the end of the series, he realized his full potential in that regard. You know, between the Cell Saga and the Buu Saga, he unlocked his hidden power. And you're absolutely right. By the end of the series, he did reach his full potential as a fighter. But I think that the psychological aspect of his power was left criminally underdeveloped. Now, pretty much right from episode 1, we see that Gohan has a virtually limitless supply of hidden power and a massive amount of untapped potential. And what's less overt, but still hinted at, was how it changes his personality whenever he taps into that hidden power. Normally, he's very kind, quiet, and studious. But when he taps into his hidden power, he becomes aggressive and violent. You know, his Saiyan side really comes out. And nowhere is this more apparent than in the Cell Saga. During Gohan's fight with Cell, Akira Toriyama really goes out of his way to draw a contrast between Gohan before he goes Super Saiyan 2 and after. Now, before Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2, he is still very much the same kid we've all come to know. He's still the same kind-hearted kid who really wouldn't hurt a fly. Now, after he goes Super Saiyan 2, his personality does a complete 180. I mean, he becomes arrogant, ruthless, and straight up sadistic. He took visual enjoyment in watching Cell suffer, and he was arrogant to the point that he was playing with Cell an inordinate amount when he knew that he could have wiped him out with little more than a wave of his wrist. And this brings me to why I think Gohan should have been the main character after this point. Now, if Gohan had become the main character of the series and taken up his father's mantle as Guardian of the Earth, then the series really could have explored this duality to Gohan's character. I mean, on one hand, you have his sense of responsibility. With Goku dead and him being the most powerful Z fighter around, it's up to him to be kind of the point man for the Z fighters. But on the other hand, he's afraid of using his power because he knows what it does to him. And he's expressed this fear to Cell in that little monologue before he transformed. You know, he pretty much told Cell that he was afraid of really letting loose because he just didn't know what he would become and he didn't want to put anyone in danger. And add in a little guilt that he might feel that his arrogance led to Goku sacrificing his life to save him, and you have got one hell of a character. And I think it would have been so cool to have watched Gohan just struggle with this and overcome this conflict. By not focusing enough on Gohan, I think Toriyama missed a huge opportunity to show a level of character depth and complexity that was rarely ever seen on the show. And he could have introduced a new and different kind of conflict that had never been seen on the show before. So guys, that's my opinion on why Gohan should have been the main character of Dragon Ball Z. Let me know in the comments below whether you agree with me, disagree with me, and I'd love to hear how you guys think Gohan would have developed if the series had focused more on him. So, till next time guys, peace.